What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And today I just wanted to give my thoughts on the MW2 beta. I've played the crap out of it. This particular gameplay is literally the first game I played, so I play like trash. But I've been having fun with the game. I just wanted to give my thoughts on it. I haven't been really watching a bunch of YouTube videos or streams or anything, so this is just my thoughts, so I could be wrong. This is just what I think. I'm not a pro gamer either. I'm slightly above average. I've just been playing COD forever. So as an average gamer with average skill, or anyone in like the slightly above average category, I'm going to be completely honest. This COD is the definition of okay. I really wanted to love it. I really wanted this Call of Duty to be something that I think could like revive the franchise and get it rolling and that everybody's going to love. And I really wanted it to be that, and maybe it will be. I just think it's okay, you know? Like, it's fun. Yeah, sometimes it's fun. Is it fun all the time? No. Is it fun a majority of the time? Maybe. It's just like an average COD, and half the games I'm in, I really just hate myself, and I hate the game, because the skill-based matchmaking is super intense, so you'll get tossed into lobbies with people that are just better than you. There was a game the other day I was trying to play Search and Destroy, and I'm not even kidding, man. Like, I didn't even know you can move like that in Call of Duty. And then you'll get into games where you'll just crush everybody. There's not a lot of, like, okay games from what I've experienced. I don't know if that's intentional. I don't know if that's a part of their plan to try to get people to buy more microtransactions or whatever. That being said, it's just it's a fun game, but it's not exactly what Call of Duty needed. My completely honest opinion would be like, if you like Call of Duty, if you enjoy fast-paced first-person shooters, and you get a lot of games a year, it's one of the ones that you should pick up. It's fun. You'll enjoy it. You'll get probably like 24, 30 hours of multiplayer gameplay until it starts to get repetitive, I would say. You know, that like first prestige grind is pretty fun. I don't know if it's going to be enjoyable to max out. If that's what you're into, then you're going to get it anyways. But if you're in a situation where like you only get 2 or 3 games a year, I don't really know if I would recommend this being one of the ones that you pick up. Like sometimes the Call of Duty, a good Call of Duty, I would still recommend it to somebody if they get 2 or 3 games a year. Because if it's a great one, man, that is a fun game. Modern Warfare 2019, I really liked that game. You start going back to like Black Ops 2 when they were dropping hits. Those were great. This one, I'm going to be honest, I think I enjoy as much as I do because I've played a lot of Call of Duty and it's a little bit of a nostalgic franchise for me. One thing I definitely don't like, the gunplay's fine, you know, it's Call of Duty. I wish they would bring vibrancy back to Call of Duty games. It just feels like the colors are so muted. It kind of feels like Call of Duty Ghosts in a way. And I know some people are going to love it. That's a super personal preference thing. I just wish the colors were a little bit brighter. And as for the guns, you know, they're fine. Like, there's really just not much to love. There's not a ton to hate. I don't really feel like whenever I die that there's a ton of BS that I die to. It's just like a gunfight. Maybe that's just because, I don't know, I just don't really know what's going on most of the time because it's still fairly new. Like, I wonder if in a few months when I know exactly what guns, sorry, I can't talk right now, ROP, if it would, like, start to bug me. But it didn't really feel like I was only dying to one gun. It didn't feel like there was a gun that it didn't matter the situation. I was always going to lose the gunfight. And that may be subject to change. I don't want to stand up here and say it's going to be the most balanced Call of Duty. It is a Call of Duty. There will be something that is a game-breaking weapon. Like, it's going to happen. It happens every year. But in the beta, maybe it's just because no one knows what's going on. It kind of seemed all right. Like, everybody had different weapons. There was not, like, one gun everyone had, at least in my experience. That could be different for other people. I don't really know if I'm in love with, like, the reboot of the class system either, with, like, the 2 perks and then the ones that you unlock along the way or whatever. I don't know if I love that. I feel like I honestly enjoyed the way they had it for a long time in like the Modern Warfare 2 era, where you got your 3 perks and you got your lethal and your tactical and your secondary and your main gun, and that was it. Unless you had like the overkill perk, that was all you got. Then they switched to like the pick 12 system. I know a lot of people like that more, and I like that one. This one just kind of feels like the worst of both worlds, you know? It doesn't feel like it does anything that great, and it doesn't feel like it's that much of an improvement. It's almost like it was something that they had on the list to change because they just wanted to change it. Oh, we gotta make enough changes so that way people will at least think it's a different game. And they're like, whatever, just change the perk system. I think Call of Duty is the series that's the most guilty of like the old adage, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But they do the opposite of that saying, which is they just change stuff that doesn't really have to be changed all the time. And a lot of that is probably releasing a game every year. I think Call of Duty as a franchise, I know they've talked about switching development cycles. If they do that, that probably will be better for the game, if I'm completely honest, just because I think having to release a game every year means they have to make changes. And a lot of the times, it doesn't need to be made, and I would prefer to have like a super fine-tuned Call of Duty with a bunch of really good maps and whatnot, rather than just this cycle of either a bad or okay Call of Duty every year. It's gotten to the point where this Call of Duty is okay, and I'm like pleasantly surprised. It's not the greatest game I've ever played, but I'll tell you what, after the last few Call of Duties, I was expecting it to be pretty bad. I was optimistic and I wanted it to be good. But the realist in me was like, there's a good chance they managed to screw this up. You know what I'm saying? I wanted it to be good, but I also know that the recent Call of Duties just haven't been that great. And this one, unfortunately, goes into that category. I think it's a fine game. I think if everybody was gathered around the campfire talking about Call of Duty games, people would be like, yeah, that one's okay. But I think you'll be hard-pressed to find anyone that's ever going to go, this COD? Best COD I've ever played. Favorite. Nothing is ever better than this Call of Duty. And that's unfortunate, because I feel like most Call of Duty games have at least someone willing to go to bat for it. And maybe someone down in the comments right now is furiously typing out like 3 pages to tell me I'm a moron. And I hope 2 years from now that this video's wrong. I hope Call of Duty comes in clutch. I hope they manage to just absolutely blow away everyone's expectations and current expectations and whatnot and my current opinions. I hope this game gets so big it's bigger than Fortnite ever was at its peak. I really hope we get there. Do I think that's gonna happen? No. So overall, my thoughts on the beta, meh. It's a meh game. It's okay. I wish they would have done better. They could have done worse, but I don't really know if that's what this franchise needed in this moment. I feel like this was an important year for Call of Duty. This was an important year because people are starting to get bored of everything that they did in 2019 to get that huge wave. It's still nowhere near what it was at its peak. And I don't really know that after this meh year that they're going to be able to have that same amount of momentum or leverage at all. Like, unless they release a perfect game, I don't really know what happens from here. But whatever, that's my thoughts on it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I just wanted to talk about it. This is the channel where I just kind of talk about stuff. So if you did enjoy, I appreciate you pressing the like button, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. We're getting back to the Ryan Rants clips in the podcast. That'll be out again at the end of the week, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. I'm out. Peace.